Damn kids. This is why I went to that guy in the alley to get my vasectomy. All right, let's go. We're starting. Yeah, I should make that to you. That's you know what? That's the intro right there. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Whatever with Jason Soto. I am your host, Jason Soto. We have a show for you today. Before we get into that, let me introduce my co-host, Rob Branch. Hello, Rob. How are you?
Wow.
Hey, man, this is the off-the-cuff show, all right?
That was definitely off the cuff. Definitely off the cuff.
And Lisa Sally Haynes is not here at the moment. We'll talk about that briefly, but to take her spot, and really nobody can take her spot. But we can try. We got the closest thing we have to a best friend. He is not only the host of
Best Friend
Cinema Recall. He's also the host of Tales from Double R. That he hosts with Ryan Luis Rodriguez. It is the Vern. Hello, Vern.
Hey,
welcome
hello.
back.
I am a very sad substitute for Lisa Sally Haynes for today, so I apologize immensely for people out there. But I'm honored and grateful. I love you, Jason. I love you, Rob.
In no way can you ever truly replace Lisa, but we're glad you're here
because I do not have as great as boobs, so I can try, but
this is fair. This is fair. This is fair.
And I'm not intelligent. I'm not a teacher.
No.
I can't. I don't have the we call it the avant-garde that Lisa has. That's right. So what I'm saying right now, avant-garde. I'm going with it, and that's what it's going to be.
It works. That works.
Yes. But
so okay. I'll explain why Lisa's not here in a moment.
Yeah.
But before we do that, let's do the thing that we always do, but I'm trying to spice it up a little, and I like to have fun with it. Vern and Rob, you know what this is. So I did an improv bit a few weeks ago. I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to do it with you two. Okay.
Oh, I'm loving this.
I'm going to give you guys the scene.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you what I need you to do, but then everything is going to have to come from the top of your heads. All right.
Gotcha.
So here's your scene.
Okay.
Rob, Vern, you're going to go see the movie Cocaine Bear in theaters. It's only in theaters, okay?
Okay.
Now you're in the movie theater, and you're watching the movie. One of you has to go to the bathroom. Go.
Me. I gotta go take a whiz.
I do too. I don't know. You can't miss this movie. This is the best part ever. There's a bear, and he eats cocaine. How can you miss this movie, Rob? You gotta wait. Just wait. Hold it, okay? Don't go.
I gotta pee. I gotta.
You can't pee. Dude,
I have a childlike
you,
bladder. Okay.
Do you not see that there's a bear that eats cocaine?
Do you not see the guy that looks like a bear that should be eating cocaine?
You see,
it's gonna come out the other ass.
Can you just wait for a little bit there? The bear's gonna do his whole homage to Scarface.
Fine,
all right.
When's a good time? When's a good time to go?
I don't know. When would be a good time to go pee? I mean, God, there's a bear with cocaine. Elizabeth Banks in this movie. I think she does cocaine with the bear. There's like bear orgies going on here. I mean, my God, it's just amazing. But if you gotta pee, I don't know. What do you do when you really gotta pee?
Let me check my phone because there's this app called Run Pee.
Oh, Run Pee, huh?
Yeah. They tried to call it Run Shit, but that just didn't go.
Yeah, okay. Oh, well, tell me all about this Run Pee.
All right, so what this says, it just tells me when's a good time to take a piss or, go to the bathroom or go get something to drink. So I'm going to look it up here. Cocaine Bear. Okay.
Didn't say, well, you're out of luck. You better shoot your pants because you're going to miss Cocaine Bear.
Wait, I got a message. Fuck you,
do?
Rob. Okay. All right, back to reality. Okay, so it says here in about 5 minutes it's going to be boring because the bear's not going to. It's going to be two guys talking. So, all right, fine. I'll take a piss in 5 minutes.
Okay. Oh,
it's pretty good app. It's free. It's free.
And scene. Beautiful. I could not have asked for two better actors, for two better auteurs.
Oh, thank you.
Of the stage.
Just studying for years at Juilliard
I am sure the founders of the RunP app are going to be very proud of this ad.
Well, I hope so, because, if this does run, I want to get a percentage of the cuts of this, all right? So
exactly.
Feel free to pay me some money.
Good job with that.
Thank you.
Now, Vern, you and I, we're going to do a scene together, okay?
Oh, we are? Okay, hold on.
Okay, this is going to be for a different, this is going to be for a different product, okay?
Shit, hold on.
Are you doing cocaine?
Are you having problems with
If you're doing cocaine, Vern, you're supposed to share with us, all right?
Hold on, sorry.
I mean, you knew for a week that you were going to be on this show. You could have easily have mailed this cocaine.
I could have mailed the cocaine there. Sorry, but I had to give it to the bear. Universal owns all the cocaine now. Because didn't Universal trademark cocaine for Cocaine Bear? Can they
Universal? Never mind. I don't even care.
Because Universal Pictures, they released Scarface.
I don't think
in the 80s. No. Universal Pictures.
Wait. So you're telling me if any movie has cocaine in it, they have to get the rights from Universal because they own Scarface? Is that what you're saying? So.
Because that was the 80s, and I'm pretty sure they bought the whole market on cocaine during that time, so that anytime movies use cocaine or have cocaine in the title, they have to pay Universal, probably pay Oliver Stone a little bit of money, Brian De Palma, all of them that made Scarface, a little chunk of the change because it's cocaine.
Al Pacino.
Yeah, all that shit, man.
All right, Vern.
Hey, Jason.
How often do you read books?
You know what?
And you can be honest. I'm not going to judge you.
I do read books every once in a while. I do.
Okay.
In fact,
what was the last book you read? Just it could be anything, even if it's like, The Porn Guide's Guide to Porn by Porn Guy McGee.
No, honestly, I have been listening to the original radio dramas of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh.
By Douglas Adams.
And how are you listening to those?
I am listening to those on Audible.
No way. Did you happen to use audibletrial.com/rabbitholepod?
Why, yes, I did.
And then you got a free trial for 30 days?
I did.
Holy shit. Now, Vern, did you know that after 30 days, you just pay $14.99 a month, and then you get to keep Audible, and you get to download more audiobooks?
I get to keep the books that I downloaded? Why didn't anyone tell me about this before?
Exactly. I can't believe this. And here's the best part.
I'm so pissed off right now. I got to throw my books away. Damn it all to hell.
Let's say 2 months from now, you change your mind and you no longer want Audible.
Fuck
but
Audible. You're
only in the middle of the second book of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. What do?
I'm going to go on a big rage right now because I can't do all this books here.
Are you going to snort a lot of cocaine and run around through the woods?
I would, yes. I'm going to start doing all the cocaine.
Well, I'm going to stop you right there, Vern, because if you do cancel Audible, anything you've downloaded, you get to keep.
Oh.
So even if you cancel the service 5 months from now, a year from now, whatever, you get to keep anything that you've downloaded. So there is no risk. Absolutely. And by using audibletrial.com/rabbitholepod, you help support us here at Rabbit Hole Podcasts.
What?
I know.
Well, that's a great deal right there.
Indeed.
Shit.
That means that you support independent podcasts.
Now can't wait to download that book that the history of porn by Porn McGee.
Porn Guy McGee, yeah.
Porn by McGee, yeah.
Porn Guy McGee, yeah. He's a very prolific author, let me tell you.
Yes. He's the wackish author ever. The wackish author.
That's it for the ads. Thank you guys.
Hey.
See, I'm trying to make the ads fun now because everyone always glazes over.
I put that book in Braille for people, so I mean.
Oh, nice. That's a good job.
Porn?
Yeah.
Nice.
He took a hands-on approach doing that.
This is the part where Lisa probably come in and go, all right,
people listening to this show will appreciate that joke later on. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Rob.
Yo.
Normally I talk to the guest, but last night, me and you, we did an episode of Cinegamer.
Yep.
And you told me you had something you wanted to talk about. And then you're going to give me a face that you're making right now, which is telling me you forgot what the thing was.
I truly did.
And now I'm putting you on the spot. So I tell you what, we'll come back to that. If you remember what it is, let me know. because I was trusting you to remember that.
God, I didn't even write it down, man.
Think about that. Oh. Okay, so while you're thinking about that, Vern.
Yes.
How you doing, Vern? How are you?
I'm all right.
Hey. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Can I say them? I realized that, and maybe this happens to you guys, but do you ever like something, but you're afraid to maybe say you like a certain thing online because you're getting flashback or like flashbacks going, I can't believe you like that something because someone's involved in that one thing. Okay. Yes.
I'm not sure what you're referencing, but yes, 100%. I know what you're talking about.
Okay. All right.
Is there a specific thing you were talking about?
Well, okay, yes. I'm going to bring this up right now because a lot of like friends online, I'm not going to name names and whatnot, but they have come, I guess, against the new Harry Potter online game.
I knew it. Yeah. I knew that's what you were going to be talking about. Okay. Go ahead, Vern. Speak your truth.
There's like a Harry Potter online game, and a lot of people are going on Facebook going, don't play this game. Boycott it because their creator is a bigot and she's a horrible person. I'm like, okay, that's true. She may be a horrible person, but the people who like these books and these characters and whatnot, there is no transphobia with the fans of Harry Potter and whatnot. If you see that in the books, that's your own deluded mind right there. But I've never once seen the Harry Potter books and characters as being transphobic or anything of that nature. And so I guess I take issue if you like a particular piece of media.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean that you like their creator and whatnot.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying. So yeah, to kind of help, I'll help you out, Vern, a little bit. So
okay.
Yeah, so this game came out last week called Hogwarts Legacy. It is basically a video game where you're a student at Hogwarts and you're having just a series of adventures. It's an open world RPG. I've heard it compared to oh god, what's that? It's a Zelda game.
Oh god, The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, but it's a certain one. Breath of the Wild.
A Link to the
Sorry.
A Link to the Past.
A Link to the Past.
I don't know. It's like I know, right?
No. I get you. No, it's called Breath of the Wild, and you play as a student, and you just have these series of adventures, and that's the whole game. So, people have come out and said, "Do not buy this game because you're supporting J.K. Rowling and." She's a terrible, horrible person. And, if you buy this game, you're giving her money, and you're funding her hatred and stuff. So here's where I take an issue with that statement. And maybe I'm wrong, but I swear I heard somewhere that she sold all the rights to Harry Potter to Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Got like $1 billion. Mm-hmm. And then is like, hey, you can do whatever you want. Give me my money. And then she went and fucked off somewhere. And now Warner Brothers owns the thing.
Warner Brothers owns the rights to the games and the movies, but she owns intellectual property rights.
Okay.
So let's say the game sells for $60, or let's say, the Lex sells for $100. She's not going to get the full $100.
Yeah.
She might get 10%. Per copy. Now it's only like $6, but that if 1,000 people buy it, that's $6,000 for doing nothing.
Thing. I have a feeling that people think that she's gonna like take this money and give it to some sort of like alt major right organization.
She's gonna take the money and build a trans person killing machine.
Yeah,
it's a robot that kills trans people.
Yeah, she's gonna be
all Christ.
Just this robot just comes out of like England and is just like, if you're trans, I will kill you.
Yeah.
Identify your sex. I don't know. You shall die.
Show me your sexual organ.
Please show me your sex organs. I swear it's not creepy.
Damn, not only is it a transphobic robot, but it's a fucking perv on top of that.
Hey, ladies,
please show me what sex you are.
I'm a man. Shit.
Okay. Yeah. So I want to make it clear that none of us here on the show are transphobic. We're all friends with trans people. There's a trans person in Rabbit Hole. And, we're all very loving people. I don't think that because you download a video game, that makes you a transphobic person.
No.
That is the stupidest statement I think I have ever heard in my life. And that's what people are saying on the internet about this game. They say, if you download this game, you are transphobic and you're anti-Semitic because there's some Jewish stuff in the game as well.
Anti-Semitic. You hate black people. You hate animals.
You want to resurrect Hitler.
You want to murder small babies.
Yep. You jack off to photos of livestock.
Who doesn't do that? I mean, come on. No.
You think Charles Manson was onto something?
Yes.
No. Yeah, I think that's silly. I think you should be able to buy anything you want. And, just because you buy this thing doesn't mean you're against a race of people or a gender or whatever. I think it's going way too far. It's one thing to be like, hey, I'm a trans person. I'm all for trans rights. And I hate that J.K. Rowling says these terrible things. That's perfect. Makes perfect sense.
Yes.
But then you go this extra level of, hey, if you buy anything that remotely says Harry Potter on there, you must hate trans people.
There was, and I'm paraphrasing this right now, but there was an article on The Onion that said, Christians now are allowing.
I read that, yeah.
People to read Harry Potter because of J.K. Rowling's bigoted views.
I thought that was funny.
Yes.
Yeah, like where do they stand on this? Because they were like burning the Harry Potter books.
I remember that.
They were like, promoting Satanism and witchcraft, but then it's like, but she also is allegedly,
you're a wizard,
bigoted.
Satan. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's all weird. So
I had a friend of mine who did not let their kids read Harry Potter books because she thought it was witchcraft. And all that stuff.
That's weird.
That's
really weird. And like, it doesn't, it's not like I've read the books, when they were coming out.
Yeah.
And, yes, they're witches. They're witches and they're wizards and it's about a magical world, but that's like it. Like nothing is, outside of like the bad guys, obviously they don't use any of this for evil. But then they're the bad guys, so they're using it for evil. So it, like what are they complaining about? So another kind of controversial thing is like, Woody Allen.
Yes.
Okay. He's a creep, right? He
married, yeah, I know. There's no doubt about that.
Super young step adopted daughter, married her.
Well, it wasn't his adopted daughter. It was Mia Farrow's and her other husband. It was their.
No, I thought it was them. I thought it was their adopted daughter.
It was not. It was not Woody Allen's adopted daughter. It was Mia Farrow's adopted daughter.
Why did I think this entire time it was? Okay, well, regardless,
they did not adopt the daughter together. It was Mia Farrow and her husband.
That was not Woody Allen. Okay,
that was not Woody Allen.
And regardless, though, he's considered a creep for doing that, which is a fair point. However, he still made movies.
Yeah.
People still went and saw those movies.
I still went a lot of movies.
There were actors who willingly appeared in those, and like big name actors.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Scarlett Johansson, Owen Wilson, and I can't think who else. Like a bunch of people.
Crystal, yeah.
I think Antonio Banderas was in a Woody Allen movie.
Yeah.
So like, are you saying that like all these actors support marrying your super young stepdaughter or whatever the situation may be?
They're getting paid to act. That's what they do. Pure and simple.
Yeah.
They're getting paid to act.
And then what about you watching the movies?
I do watch the movies regardless of, because I don't agree with what he does. and I think you know, I just yelled at. Same thing with like Roman Polanski. All right, I
was about to bring him Polanski up. He still makes movies.
Yeah, but and I still love Chinatown, and I still love
Rosemary's Baby is fucking amazing.
So I still like those movies. Do I support what he does? No. Do I think he should go to jail? Hell yes, he should definitely go to jail.
What's the thing with Roman Polanski? I'm curious. I really am.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think he's a horrible person, but I think he made great movies.
So what Roman Polanski did? This is for anyone who doesn't know.
Oh, he basically drugged and raped a young girl at Jack Nicholson's party.
Okay, Vern said it probably more better than I would have.
Yeah,
basically. And then so he is wanted by the American government because he's an American. He did this in America, and so he fled to Europe, and he's been in Europe ever since. And if he like ever steps foot in America, he gets like arrested. And like Europe is not extraditing him or arresting him or anything. So it's basically like if he ever comes to America, he's immediately arrested. So like I remember a few years ago, he made a movie, and I don't remember what it is, but it was nominated for an Oscar.
The pianist.
And he was up for the film, and he was up for best director.
Yep, that was the movie.
And he obviously couldn't go.
I think he won best director.
Did he win? I didn't know if he won or not. I just know he was nominated. Yeah, so so there's that. But it's the same thing. He still makes movies. People still act in these movies.
Than what Cardi B. Cardi B has flat out. She's boasted that she's robbed men, she's drugged men, she's raped men. I don't know if it's true or not, but people still listen to her music.
I'm what are her concerts now?
It's all very strange.
Is there tickets available to her concerts? Because first of all, I've got no money, so
yeah, good luck. Same.
He's not gonna rob
Same.
Me, the other parts,
I've been unemployed for 2 months, so good luck, Cardi B.
I mean, the other things you want to do, all right, then.
But Jason, you have a job coming up.
I do, but I don't know when I'm going to get paid from that job. So, it's still going to be a while before I get money. So Cardi B can try to rob me all she wants until like middle of March.
But when people understand this too, Jason and Rob, that movies take a whole bunch of people to make it. It's not just one person.
Oh, yeah.
So the video
people are thinking that, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. You're supporting this one person by this game.
Sure.
But you're also supporting the people who are making the games and are making the movies, all right? Everyone seems to think that it's just one person with like a camera. There was a big backlash against Tarantino at one point because of the movie Kill Bill and what happened
Love that movie.
to Uma Thurman during the making of that movie, and people are like, I can't believe you're supporting Tarantino because he's a horrible person who does horrible things.
But then he kept making movies after that. People went and saw him.
And people still like to work with them. Well, people that don't know, so during the making of Kill Bill, there was a sequence when Uma Thurman is driving a car really fast, and Tarantino, I guess, didn't make her safety an issue, and there was an accident that happened, and it caused the whiplash from hers. And it was a bad choice that he made to try to get a great shot of her driving in her car. It was a mistake and everything too, but I think we can probably move on from it now.
Right.
There was and also there was issues too because all of his movies were being released by Miramax, and Miramax was owned by Harvey Weinstein
at that time.
And people at that time, yes, and people were starting to think that Tarantino knew about all
Harvey
the
Weinstein
allegations.
Yeah,
that was happening. And he didn't do anything about it.
People just need to quit making conspiracies on celebrities. Just conspiracies in general. We don't know if Tarantino was connected to Weinstein, which was connected to Ruth Goldberg, which was connected to, Indiana Jones. We don't know. We don't know anything. So, just go about your day, do your job, and take care of yourself and your family and your friends. Just do that.
And the thing with Harry Potter Legacy Hogwarts Legacy is there's going to be a point where this is going to blow over. And everyone's going to be mad about something else.
Yeah.
And then you could freely play this game and no one's going to give a shit anymore. It's just because it's out now. It's probably one of the most popular video games that's out right now. I'm pretty sure whatever website ranks video games, I'm sure it's number one. But if you wait like a month even, it's gonna die down. And then fucking guy that made Need for Speed is gonna end up like cross-dressing or something, and then they're gonna get mad about that.
Oh, here's what I'm expecting too. All right, I expect in the future, Jason, when Harvey Weinstein gets out of prison, he'll buy Disney, and then the whole shitstorm will happen.
You're very optimistic that he's going to get out of prison alive. I think he's going to die in prison.
That's probably true.
You're a very optimistic person.
I'm thinking of some horrible person to buy Disney and all the Marvel and Star Wars properties.
And even if he does get out of prison, he's not going to have enough money to buy Disney.
That's fair enough.
That's like saying, Rob, go buy Disney right now.
Can you do
okay. You have just as much luck than Harvey Weinstein trying to buy Disney.
But I want to make like one quick point there too, because with Tarantino and Weinstein, Weinstein was just given money to make the movies, all right? That's all it was. It was like, Tarantino's like, hey, I got this movie, goes to Miramax. Hey, I got this great project. Oh, you made money from us from Pulp Fiction? Sure. Here's more money to make these other movies. It's not like they had like a friendship. And people are like, well, they were in photo ops handshaking each other. I'm like, yeah, but those are like,
that's what celebrities do.
They're at award shows.
I mean, technically Harvey Weinstein was his boss. He paid for the movie. Yeah. So you gotta go to events with the fucking guy that's giving you the money to make your movies.
Yeah.
You may not support, like the last job I had, my boss was a Trump supporter.
Okay. Yeah.
And I had to like be nice to him.
Sure. Yeah.
I had to not bring it up. I had to not say anything.
Douchebag, son of a bitch.
But you wouldn't go out. You're not gonna go out to. Do you have to go to lunch with the guy?
I never had to do that, thankfully. But here's the thing: if I had to, and it was like kind of like I need you to come to lunch with me. It's it's about your job. I would have to do it.
Sure.
Now, just because I'm having lunch with the guy doesn't mean I support his ideals. Like I'm just having lunch with my boss because I'm kind of forced to. You kind of have to in some of these situations.
Sometimes you gotta. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead, Rob.
I was just saying, sometimes you gotta just eat the full shit sandwich.
Yes, you do.
There's no nice way of saying it. You just gotta hunker down and eat the full shit sandwich.
Yeah, no,
it's very weird because I can remember when I was a kid, I had many friends who were Republicans and I had friends who were Democrats, and we argue about politics here and there, but we still found a common ground and interest in each other.
Yeah.
But now I feel like that's not really the case now. I kind of feel like
everyone is just mad.
Yes.
That's all it is. Everyone's just mad about something. Like John Mulaney said it best. Like everyone is just mad about something and they're going to tell you that they're mad about something. And there's no being calm anymore. It's like the middle doesn't exist anymore. You're on both ends, and that's it. That's all that exists are the both ends. Like the middle just does not exist anymore.
Oh no, I'm stuck in the middle here, and that's where I kind of feel I am, because there are some things that go, you know what? Yeah, I could be conservative about that, and there's other things I'm going, yeah, you know what? I'm very liberal about that. And
it's really just boils down to just be a fucking decent human being.
Yes.
Like that's all it is. Like you
can't do that. Being decent. I mean, come on.
Who gives a shit?
That's too much work, Jason. To be a decent human being and treat people with respect. How dare you?
I know. How dare I want like kids to be taken care of in schools and have free lunches, and how dare I, anyone can get married they want, how dare I want like the weather to not kill us in 10 years? Like I'm a terrible, awful human being. God damn me to hell.
Yeah, I'll say you snowflake motherfucker.
I belong in hell.
You snowflake son of a bitch.
You and Cardi B.
Renewable energy. Fuck that noise.
Gosh.
I got your renewable energy right here.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Megan Trainor, Megan Fox. making no that the girl that does the weather, the girl that's trying to save the weather, the teenager.
Oh, Greta Thunberg.
Thank you.
Where you got Megan out of that?
Sorry. Yes, you and Greta Gerwig.
And you said two actresses. Well, you said a singer and an actress.
Megan the robot.
Megan the
Stallion. Megan the Stallion. Yeah, she's trying to save the planet. Megan the Stallion.
Making those by making those butt cheeks clap.
And that, oh my gosh, Megan the Stallion should be
twerking for the environment.
Good for her. She needs to have like her own Saturday morning TV show.
And that's the title of this episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Megan the Stallion and like My Little Ponies. And like the centaurs get together and they save the world through the body through the power of booty clapping.
Yep. Actually, the twerking is what's going to power the windmills. Like each time someone twerks, a windmill goes around. I can't think what those are called.
Wait,
they're not windmills. They're called wind turbines.
Wind turbine. Yes. All right.
I'm trying to make a joke and my brain can't think of a word.
Speaking of history,
suck at making jokes.
Hey, did anyone watch the Crunch on Earth?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a series on Netflix.
I know of it.
It's a series on Netflix, and it's about the history of the world, but it's from the creators of Black Mirror.
Oh, it's
really?
Yes, everything's taken seriously, but it's a very deadpan, comedic look at the history of the world from this professor that has a disdain for human populations. It's very funny, but it's very British. It's very dry wit.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of that in my life.
Okay, fair enough.
That's cool though. Hey, that's
they
cool.
talk about the wind turbines but yes, it's very funny. But only if you like dry shit.
If you like dry British humor, then you'll love it.
Yes.
Indeed. Rob, did you ever think about the thing you wanted to talk about?
No, I
all right. It might just be lost to time.
Oh no.
I'll have to
stay
watch
tuned.
the episode. I'll have to listen to the episode again. Like, oh yeah.
I don't even think you said it in the episode. I think it was off air. Because I think I turned off the recorder. I turned off the recorder, and I think you said, "Hey, tomorrow we do whatever. We're gonna talk about."
Just screw it, man. Screw it. Seriously, like I don't remember it.
All right. Well, if you ever think of what it is,
see now for Rabbit Hole listeners, this is a great chance for you to subscribe to the Patreon page.
It's a Patreon exclusive that we talk about whatever Rob was going to talk about.
Yeah, that could be a
shitty. That's a shitty Patreon. Actually, today's Patreon
for $1,
exclusive.
you can help Rob get his memory back.
Yep. No, today's Patreon exclusive is actually going to be very interesting. It would have been far more interesting if Ashley was actually able to make it, but I think it's going to be perfect the way it is. Okay. So yes, thank you, Vern, for promoting that. Yes. So we are going to do a Patreon exclusive when we're done recording this, and it's going to be good.
Shout out to my co-host Ashley Urak, who's not feeling well right now.
We were trying to get her on the show as well, but she was unable to make it.
Hope you feel better.
But she is always welcome to come on the show whenever she wants. So she just has to say the word, and she's there. And the YouTube viewers are getting a shot of a cat.
My cat, Smokey.
And I hope everyone remembers that I do upload the video of this show to YouTube. So go to YouTube and look for Rabbit Hole Podcasts, and you will see this video. And there's actually other videos that we've done as well. So there you go.
Does your cat greet you by putting her asshole in your face when you wake up?
No, well, okay, first off, it's a he, but no big deal.
Sorry.
He greets me by headbutting me.
Oh, nice, okay.
I'm like, hey, buddy, how are you? He's like,
nice.
He just walked off. I'm like, good afternoon to you, sir.
Well, hey, better safe than sorry. Okay, I want to talk about one thing that's kind of in the news. Okay. And then it's just the one thing. So to anyone who may not be surprised or not, South Park is still on the air. Yep. They've been running strong for over 25 years, I think, like a long ass time. And I thought, like, in this day and age, I thought South Park is now, I know everyone's offended by everything. We just talked about how people are offended at a video game, but I thought South Park would have got a pass by now because that's like old news, right? Because South Park used to be very offensive back in the day, in their heyday. They used to, they made fun of Scientology, they made fun of, Barbra Streisand, they made fun of a bunch of people.
So many times they try to make episodes and hoping that they would be canceled. Because after the South Park movie, they would thought, oh, it's going to be over after this. So we'll just do like one episode. It'll be super offensive.
Yeah.
We'll not be on the air again.
They did that whole thing with Muhammad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember some years ago, they couldn't have Muhammad portrayed in a cartoon. So then South Park tried to portray Muhammad in a cartoon. Okay. So I thought we were done with everyone being offended at South Park. Apparently not. Because last week they aired an episode about the prince and princess of Canada who wish to no longer be bothered. And so they go on a worldwide tour telling everyone to leave us alone. Now, the thing that you guys are not understanding is this is supposed to be a jab at Meghan Markle and Prince Andrew.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So for anyone not in the know, they gave up the royalty thing. They moved from England to Canada. And they made a Netflix documentary. They made Prince Andrew wrote a book.
Like a podcast.
I think one of them has a podcast. I think so. That does sound right.
Leave Prince Andrew alone.
They should be on this show.
That would be a get. No, but this is based off of like a real thing. They're like constantly complaining about always being in the spotlight, but then they're making Netflix documentaries and writing books and going on. Like they were on like Oprah, like talking about this stuff. And it's like, if you just want to be left alone, just don't go on camera. Like that's all you got to do. Just go be somewhere and live your life. And don't worry about it. And they're complaining about, people following them.
Why you seriously, like, why are you keep following me? All right. Hold on. I got post about this. All right. Please.
I'm going to go live on TikTok.
Well, I think the whole thing,
I can't believe people are not leaving me alone.
I think the whole thing they were trying to
following me. Seriously, I'm getting all these followers on here. I can't deal with it, people. Stop following me. I'm going
to laugh my ass off if Vern's actually live on Instagram right now.
Why the hell? Why can you not leave me alone?
He is not. Okay.
Leave me alone, folks.
Go ahead, Rob.
I was just saying the thing they're trying to do, like, with all the celebrity appearances in the Netflix is, they're just wanting to tell their side, and after that they'll probably be done. But seeing how everybody has to get into the life of a celebrity, unless the only way if you want to be truly left alone is to not post on social media. You don't hear shit about Bill Murray. You don't hear shit about I don't know, Chevy Chase, Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis left the acting lifestyle to raise his kids. And he, you never hear anything about any social media about him, So, it's kind of like how you guys said, they have to sit there and just be like, all right, we're not going to post shit, leave, we're going to just not do anything, But then when they do that, they're going to have people coming up, like if they're on the streets, if they go shopping. Oh, you're Meghan Markle. Oh, you're Prince Harry. We loved you. It's like, yeah, we're just regular people. I'd be like, no, I'm not Prince Harry. I'm his evil doppelganger.
But like the thing is, okay, if I'm in the public spotlight and I'm tired of it, and to the point where I'm like, I'm no longer gonna be a prince of a fucking country, and I'm gonna move to a different country. I'm not gonna then be like, hey, Netflix documentary crew, come live in my house for 6 months and film me and my wife. Hey, Oprah, let's talk about me wanting to be left alone. So South Park made fun of this, all right?
Okay. This must be new because I have not watched this episode yet.
This is last week's episode. Okay. This is last week's episode. Meghan Markle then was so upset about this episode that she started crying.
What?
And I'm like, come on.
Wow. Okay.
It upset her to the core that she was being made fun of so hard by South Park. Again, a 25-plus-year-old show whose whole mission statement was to make fun of celebrities. That's all it has ever done in the history of the show. It is made fun of name a fucking celebrity. They have made fun of them. And, so being offended at South Park now is just sad. It's just more of you trying to get more drama for yourself, to get more attention on yourself. Because this is just adding to it. Her being, oh, that episode of South Park offended me. Like, okay, that's what they do. Move on.
I like to interject something real fast.
Sure.
I'm not sure if we can air this episode because behind you, Vern, are women getting scantily sexy with each other.
Oh, they're clothed. It's fine.
Okay, I was just like,
I ain't worried about
Meghan Markle. I'm like,
but we
okay,
can tell what Rob has been distracted by for like the past 5 minutes.
Hey, it's a beautiful
thing. And by the way, Vern, can I ask what is going on behind you?
Oh, I am actually put on behind me the movie Climax, directed by Gaspar Noé, as like little background visuals.
Okay, I'm not complaining. I'm just curious. I was just curious, but there is nudity in that movie, so you might want to pay attention, Vern.
Not yet.
Okay,
not yet.
Just keep an eye out. Okay. Anyway, my whole point was I just think it's stupid to be offended by South Park this day and age because that's just what they fucking do. Like fucking, everybody got made fun of, and then it just blows over. Like next week they're gonna make fun of probably Megan Thee Stallion, and then it's gonna go away. All Meghan Markle had to do was just shut the fuck up, let the episode pass, and then let whoever's up next be made fun of next, and then no one will give a shit. But the fact that she had to go to all the news outlets crying because South Park made fun of her and her husband, I think it's stupid.
Megan, do you know how much I get made fun of on this show?
Exactly. We give Rob so much shit on this podcast. If he cried every time we did that, he'd be out of tears.
I'm so depressed, Megan. I can't get an erection, okay? I'm crying, all right?
Here's the thing, too. I imagine that the whole thing of her crying seems to be a ploy to have people pay attention to her more.
Oh, I'm sure that's all it is. It's just... It's just more attention for her that she doesn't want.
It also kind of reminds me a little bit because there's that new Netflix documentary all about Pamela Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I watched that.
Yeah? How was it?
It was amazing. Even without makeup, Pamela Anderson's gorgeous, but it talked a lot about her life, her upbringing, how naive she was, and she admits to a lot of things about how naive she was and how the whole Tommy Lee scandal, it's amazing. It's very personal. She watches old VHS tapes of her and Tommy and her and other people, and she thinks about if I could go back in time and change things, would I don't know. I was, it's Pamela Anderson, it's gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous. She was the boner throb of many children's lives, but
Rob's not wrong, actually.
Yeah, I'm not, she was
on the cover of Rolling Stone when I was a teenager. And let's just say that I hid that magazine in different spots in my room.
Yeah. But, as an adult, she's gotten older, she's gotten wiser, and she does Broadway now, and she's amazing. She's very talented. She puts forth all of her efforts into stuff. And if I were to meet her in the street, I would be like, can you adopt me?
I was laughing. I was laughing when you said Pamela Anderson is Broadway now because it made me think. Do you guys remember a cartoon in the 90s called Freakazoid?
runs around in underwear.
Yes.
Freakazoid.
Okay,
Freakazoid.
there's this episode of Freakazoid, and just to the listeners, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it was just an animated cartoon in the 90s.
Stay tuned to
it was just about this like weird superhero who had like all these powers, but it was like a weird, goofy, slapstick-y type show, and it was just like it's basically kind of like what I think Rick and Morty's trying to go for, but they go way to the other extreme. But anyway. They did an episode of Freakazoid where he went back in time and he stopped the bombing of Pearl Harbor. And then he was like, oh no, I did a major, I changed history. What's going to happen when I get back to my time? And it was like everything was better. And one of the things that was better was that Sharon Stone was doing Hamlet.
Oh.
And he was like, oh my God, Sharon Stone is doing Shakespeare. Because you have to remember, in the 90s, she was only known for Basic Instinct, basically. That's kind of what she was known for in the 90s. In the 90s.
What about the Quick and the Dead?
Okay, but Vern, just think for a second.
And the movie Sliver?
Just think, no, Vern. You need to think for 1 second. If you had to pick a Sharon Stone scene from the 90s off the top of your head, what's the very first number one thing that's going to come to your head? Thank you, Rob, for demonstrating, even though I did not ask for that.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
I am so glad you did that for the YouTube video. Thank you. So anyway, that was what the joke was, and when you said Pamela Anderson's doing Broadway, that made me chuckle.
No,
I was just thinking about that.
In the documentary, she was doing Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm happy for her. I'm glad. I'm not making fun of her. Just FYI. I just thought it was amusing, so it made me think of that. Because if you went back to the 90s and said Pamela Anderson's doing Broadway, you're going to have the same thought as Sharon Stone doing Hamlet. You know what I mean? Fair. So that's just all it was. That's all I was laughing about.
All right. I see that.
But cool. I'm happy for her. I'm glad she's living her life now.
I was very skeptical about that documentary because I thought it seemed like a vanity project. Like, oh my gosh, I'm not relevant anymore. Let me make this documentary so that people pay attention to me now.
But I'm kind of glad because it got her side of the story. Because we always I don't want to say villainize, but we always pigeonhole her because of the sex tape and Playboy and barbed wire if you're into that. She never got to tell actually her story. And then that show on Hulu about the sex tape was made.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think and I think she didn't even sign off on that. They just made it without her permission.
Well, they didn't have to make it with her permission because...
Well, but I mean, she didn't give her blessing. She didn't okay it. You're right. They can go on and make it without her okaying it, but she was not cool with it. That's all I was saying.
Both actors did a really great job in that show.
Oh, yeah. She looked like her, which was really uncanny.
Very much so, yeah.
But I'm happy for Pamela Anderson. I'm glad she's happy now.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Vern?
I've seen the show, yes.
No, have you seen the documentary?
Not yet, no. But I was very skeptical about it.
For our viewers and listeners, I do recommend it. It is a very good, it's well thought out. You get to see a side of Pam that nobody's seen before. And she talks about, about her growth, so it's... Yeah. I don't want to say it takes away the spotlight from her, but it does in a sense
humanizes her. It
humanizes her. Yeah,
it sounds like. I haven't seen.
You couldn't see Megan, what's her name? Megan Fox. You couldn't see a documentary like this on Megan Fox because they'd be like, oh yeah, fake shit. You couldn't see something like Lindsay Lohan doing this because they're like, oh yeah, she needs more crack. That's why she's doing this. Pam's I don't give a fuck. I live my life. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. Well, I'm happy for her. I'll just say that. So,
don't they have one Megan Fox because didn't they do a documentary on Machine Gun Kelly?
Probably.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. I remember something about that.
Also, Pam, if you're listening, go ahead. I love you. Please adopt me.
Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly broke up, by the way. So I have a chance. I have a chance.
Oh. Well, hot damn now. All right.
So, all you got to do is get a rap career starting in the next 5 seconds.
Hey, Vern and Rob, can you guys rap? Lackey can make music, so we got a producer. Vern's a drummer. And he's beatboxing, which Zoom cuts out anyway because they think it's background noise. I only knew you were beatboxing because you were doing the movements, but I couldn't hear shit because Zoom thought it was just background noise, so it cut it out.
Oh, funny.
It was fucking hilarious. There you go. There you go. Just picking that up. There you go. All right. Well, we reached the point of the show, gentlemen. It's time for the mixtape. Vernon, you are our guest today. What song do you got for us?
Well, this is a song that was actually introduced to me by my lovely co-host, Ashley Urach of Cinema Recall, and she posted this on her Instagram, and I was like, holy crap, this song is a banger, and yes, I love it. The artist is called Make the Girl Dance.
Yeah.
The song is called Kill Me.
Okay.
And it's a very, very fun, bouncy club song. It's a song for strippers. It's a song for the club kids. It's a song you want to play at like sporting events. It's just an all around. You want to like, and Rob, after the show's done, look up the group Make the Girl Dance and watch the video for Baby Baby.
Well,
Baby.
Let's do that after the Patreon exclusive.
All right, because here it is, Rob. It's in France, and it has 3 girls walking down the random street in France, completely naked.
Did you not already send this to us?
No.
Remember you had us, Vern. Remember you had us watch like 3 music videos, like
yes, this is not
about a year ago.
Yep, totally.
Why does this sound very? This sounds very familiar.
It's not bad, but I will send it to you guys again to react to it. I might do that.
I already got it.
That could be the next Patreon exclusive. We'll wait for Lisa to get here for that. I'm sure she don't want to miss that. I'm sure.
I have a bunch of like French music videos.
You seem to be into French music videos. I'm just gonna say
that I will send out to you guys. It's very bizarre,
and that are not directed by Michel Gondry.
Do you not know that Vern is Le Frog?
Bonjour.
Oh man, I could have used you for the Leon episode of That's the Bomb, you know. Okay, my pick. I'm going back to the mid 2000s. Like I think this 2005, 2006 ish. This is a band. I don't even know if they're even considered a one-hit wonder. I don't think this was like a hit. It was on like MTV. Back when MTV kind of showed music videos. This was like the downfall of MTV. Like in the mid 2000s, they were still showing some music videos, but not as often. And like now, just forget it. But back in the early 2000s, there were some music videos being played, and I think this was on there. Actually, I guess I could look up the band, see if they were even, you know, the song was even a hit. The band is called At the Drive-In, and the song that I am picking is called One Armed Scissor.
Oh my God, yes.
And
great jam.
I like the song. It's holy shit, there's a shit ton of people in this band. But it doesn't really say. So I don't know. It might be one of those things where they're just like super underground, and then they had like one hit that bubbled into like pop culture, and then they just went back to underground, because a lot of bands do that. The best example I could think of is Butthole Surfers.
Yeah.
Butthole Surfers was a super indie band that was like a punk rock, ugly, gross punk music. They had one hit song in the 90s called Pepper, and then they just fucking disappeared again. So I'm thinking this is kind of the situation with At the Drive-In. And I can't tell if this was a hit or not because this is the longest Wikipedia article of any band I've ever seen in my life. So this is telling me that I am wrong, and I'm going to have fans of this band probably blow my house up. So it was nice knowing you guys. With that said, that is my pick at the drive-in, One Arm Scissor. We are going to take a break. And when we come back, I'm going to tell you guys, you thought I forgot. I'm going to tell you guys where Lisa is. Stay tuned.
Oh, all right.
Okay, hey, we are back. So I said at the beginning of the show I was going to explain where our pal Lisa Sally Haynes was. And we asked Vern to, fill in because, contractually Rob and I cannot be together on the show. We could be together on Cinegamer, but we cannot be together on whatever with Jason.
You touched me way too much.
It was just in the contract that Rob enforced.
The rule is you need to have someone about as good looking as Lisa. Not quite as good looking as Lisa, but
Vern,
close to good looking. So that's
you are a very good looking guy.
So you sexy son of a bitch.
I think you're very good looking. Oh, I think women are ridiculous that they're not hitting you up day and night
all the time. The reason why they're not, because it is cold in Minnesota, folks.
No, that should work. They should come to you and cuddle up and be warm.
Usually, but they have to travel all that way in the icy roads, and they're like, "No, I can just watch you on the YouTube," and so that's enough for them.
So let's explain where Lisa is. So yes, I think we've established that Lisa is a teacher at the University of North Carolina. I don't know why I said Northern.
North Carolina. Not to be confused
Northern
with
Carolina. We're in an alternate universe. We're in an alternate universe where it's North Carolina.
Lisa's the teacher of my heart.
We didn't talk about this on the podcast because it would have put too much of a spotlight, and she's a very what's the word I'm looking for? She doesn't want attention. She keeps everything on the down low. There's a word for it. I can't think of it. She just stays, out of the spotlight. I'm sorry?
Inconspicuous?
No, there's another word for it. Anyway, so she was at her job at the University of North Carolina, and she noticed this guy choking on campus. And so she went over to him and gave the Heimlich, and this ended up being the president of the university. Whoa. Now she didn't realize this because he was choking. Nice. He was hunched over, and so he was so grateful for Lisa doing this that he said, "You're one of my professors here. You're going to get a week off." And so he gave her a week off and gave her it was an undisclosed sum of money. She wouldn't tell us off air. It sounded like a lot. But it sounded like a meager amount, nothing to live off of. But she wanted to do something for herself. You know what I mean? And because she doesn't really think about herself, she always helps other people. She's very giving. She's a professor.
Are we talking about the same Lisa?
Yes.
Okay.
And she needed to do something for herself, so she took the money and went to Vegas.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Lisa is currently living it up in Vegas right now.
Well, damn.
And, if you follow her super secret Instagram account that only I, Rob, Most of Rabbit Hole, and for whatever reason, Scott Bakula follows, you see her living it up, in
Good
Vegas.
Old Scott Bakula.
Yeah, Scott Bakula. I don't know why him. Of all the people, I mean, he's a cool dude. I love Scott Bakula. Fucking Quantum Leap is my jam, man. But random celebrity. I think she was trying to get Danny DeVito, but he wouldn't follow back for some reason, which is sad because Danny DeVito's a cool guy. I'm not holding this against him. He might just be busy. So I'm not gonna put any shade on Danny DeVito.
Dude, no, Danny's amazing. Danny DeVito's an amazing actor.
But anyway, Rob, Vern, because Vern, you're part of Rabbit Hole. You've been seeing the pictures that Lisa's been posting of her Vegas trip, right?
They're pretty amazing. Yeah, pretty. She's having an epic time. You know, she's
living it up.
Tables. Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about the one picture she posted a few days ago.
Okay.
Where she was dancing on top of a craps table.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys think?
I thought she was crapping on top of a dance table. Sorry.
No. No. Do you think that was staged?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's hard to say if that was staged. Or
that was CGI.
Not.
That was CGI.
I don't think that was CGI. All right, that was at the MGM casino. I've been there before, and when you play there,
I mean.
Well, here's the thing too. You don't even need to play any like poker or blackjack or craps or anything because people will give you free drinks.
This is true. They do give you free drinks at the Vegas casinos.
All right. And I'm pretty sure. And we know Lisa's not a drinker at all. But
no.
Pretty sure
Lisa is a drink. She's just a moderate drinker.
She's
got a week off, so she's going fucking crazy.
And I imagine that she probably won big at a slot machine and says, "Here, guys, here's some money. Let me take a quick picture of the craps table here."
So she just got on the craps table and started dancing. Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah. And then she went to go see all the shows. She saw Wayne Newton. She saw Penn and Teller.
Oh yeah. Did she take a picture with Penn and Teller? I thought I saw.
I think oddly enough, she only got a picture with Teller, who apparently talked her ear off. Ironically.
Yeah. I've been told that he's very talkative. His whole thing is his shtick is I'm a silent guy, but when he's off camera, that dude just bitches about everything.
And he would not let Lisa go. He just kept talking and talking. Oh, and he found out she's a teacher. Ooh, he went this whole thing about the education system and how it's corrupt. And I think even Lisa was surprised, like, holy shit, Teller's okay. Like, Teller?
Yeah.
You okay, man? Talking about how the students are getting indoctrinated about, Black lives shouldn't matter. Like, what the hell, Teller? What is your deal, man?
Whoa.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, she was even surprised. And she she would pop into the Rabbit Hole chat every now and then. And because of the time difference, she'll do it at like 3 a.m. on Eastern time, which is midnight. But then I will notice like stuff from her when it's 6 a.m. here. So that means it's 3 a.m. in Vegas. So she's just doing stuff. Now, what I'm thinking, she's doing Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely.
I so badly want to go back to Vegas and have a Fear and Loathing adventure.
Well, Lisa's doing it right now.
Oh my gosh.
I can just see her. I can. Oh, it's pretty cool.
That's oh my god! But I think we gotta go to Vegas sometime, Jason.
I wanted to do to do a Rabbit Hole meetup in Vegas.
Oh,
but this was like when things were still a little sketchy pandemic wise.
That's fair.
Yeah,
and traveling wasn't super safe, and somebody in Rabbit Hole is anti-vax. You'll never guess who. And by the way, I'm kidding about that. We're all vaccinated. I'm super joking about that.
I was like, whoa.
I'm super kidding about that.
If we were ever to get the group together, it would be something worse than the Hangover movies.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
That's
It would.
Okay, wait. Listen. Lackey's in our crew. He's the most level-headed guy.
Yeah, exactly. He's the guy that's going to be stuck on the roof. I'm probably going to be the guy that gets punched out by Mike Tyson or another celebrity.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm also going to be the guy that gets married to some stranger.
You're Zach Galifianakis in this case, yes.
Well, no, okay, not whatever. Yeah, so it's
he's the one that got punched by Mike Tyson.
But the other guy, Ed Helms got married. So
Okay, you'd be a combination of those two.
Look, all I'm saying is
I'm totally Bradley Cooper.
One of us is going to get arrested.
That'll probably that'll be Bubbleweed somehow.
Yes, it would be actually.
He's just the one who's just he calls me on my cell phone and he's like, hey, hey Jason, hey, this is Bubbleweed, and
Jason, I fucked up.
I'm in jail. No. Bubbleweed does not raise his voice, so he'd be like, I'm in jail. I need you to come get me. I don't even know. I can't even picture Bubbleweed getting drunk. Like that doesn't even. That does not even. I can't even imagine a scenario where he's drunk.
Anything, Bubbleweed would be the guy that got married to Heather Graham stripper.
He would. Yeah. No, you know what it is. Bubbleweed, he's so quiet and reserved that he would be like the one having the best time. And he would be like winning at all the casino games. He would be meeting all the prostitutes. Yep. He would be all of that. And all the rest of us are like running from cops. And one of us is, running from like a pimp. Like,
it'd be Jason, the movie Vegas Vacation, Ethan Embry winning everything. That would be Bubbleweed. Just like
that's 100%. That's exactly what would happen. But back to Lisa. Let's get back to Lisa. So I'm very proud of her for what she did. Saving that person, and she gets to vacate. And she never really thinks, like I said, she doesn't think of herself. She always worries about other people. And I think she deserved this trip.
She needs, and this is a trip by herself, which is pretty amazing. Sometimes you need to take a vacation by yourself. It's a good,
you just need to go, but to Vegas on your own. Don't worry about dragging other people along. Go to all the shows, snort all the cocaine.
Yeah, go to all the dancing bear shows. Yeah, if you don't know what they are. I'm not going to explain.
Do all that stuff. She might have even did a day trip to L.A. Because LA and Vegas are close, so
we say day trip. Is she tripping on something?
Oh, that's obviously what I was referencing. Yeah.
Okay.
She did a lot of LSD and then drove to LA.
I mean, I've done that before.
To the point where she doesn't even think she's in LA. She still thinks she's in Vegas.
We can tell.
I've done day trips before. You take LSD and you just like walk around downtown.
Now, how many times have you done LSD, Vern?
Well, only one. I've done LSD once.
I did it once. Every time I cracked my neck. Oh.
Whoa.
What did you see while you were on LSD, Vern?
I saw the world coming towards me.
Oh, shit.
But the world was filled with those Richard Scary animals with like dogs as animals and like pigeons bakers. And as I'm going into this world,
now I want
those animals LSD. Are like saying,
"Fuck yeah, this is what happens."
How are you doing? Welcome back. We missed you. And I was like, hello, my friends.
Second Patreon exclusive we'll have to do is we'll have to give Vern LSD and then just film it.
Oh, God. Or shrooms. Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Love it. So we're recording this on a Thursday, so I think she's due to come back either tomorrow or Saturday. And we are definitely going to have to ask her about her exploits in Vegas and next time she's on the show. Because I'm sure there's stuff that she didn't post on Instagram, obviously, and she's not telling us everything, in the group chat. So I'm curious what other shenanigans that she's, might have gotten up to. I'm wondering, if maybe she ran into some celebrities, besides Teller, or what happened. I'm curious. So Lisa, if you're listening to this, I hope the drugs wear off soon. Hope you're not in the back of a cop car. And we want you to come back.
And bring me back a shot glass.
And bring us back a shot glass. Yes.
I hope the drugs wear off.
Go to... Oh, we got to ask her if she went to the Bunny Ranch.
Oh, yeah. You can bring it back to a lady from there. That'd be...
Can you get a Vern a lady from the Bunny Ranch?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we do go to Vegas, I'm going to go to the Bunny Ranch, and I'm just going to ask for a pair of panties, and I'm going to have the woman sign them. And
I'm going to go there with you, Rob. We're going to interview. We're going to find a lady interview for the podcast. Yes. That'll be the whole podcast right there. Me and Rob go to the Bunny Ranch. Yes.
There you go.
I told you, sons of bitches, never come back. This is my first time.
No.
Oh, you look familiar.
I would go there names, but because it's super expensive to, get prostitutes and whatnot. I don't have that type of money anyway. It's going to cost me a lot of money just to go to Vegas to begin with. But I would go out there just have like a drink and conversation. But hey, and then yeah,
all right.
Because I'm all about the rights of sex workers.
Me too, 100%. To the point where sometimes I give money to sex workers on OnlyFans. But we won't talk about that right now.
Oh, yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Okay, fuck it. We'll talk about this really quickly. I have a friend who was on OnlyFans, but she stopped doing it.
Oh.
And I gave her money to support her.
I can't get my OnlyFans to work anymore.
Aw.
So I get kicked off of OnlyFans. I didn't have any fans.
They didn't want to see your feet.
These are gorgeous German feet, man. I'm telling you.
I chose Ashley. I'm saying, Ashley, you can start OnlyFans with your feet.
There's a niche market for that, guys.
I told her that. I'm like, Ashley, you don't have to get naked. Just show your feet and your legs, and you get money for that.
I'm going to note the time here because I could possibly edit this out. So I'm going to stop here for a second. If Ashley ever did a full OnlyFans, holy shit, would my credit card not go through fast enough?
Fair enough.
That's all I'm going to say. Okay.
Very hot lady.
I will come back now. Okay. Anyway, Lisa, I hope you're having a fun time, and we can't wait to hear the stories next week when you're on the show. So. I think that's going to do it for this episode. Vern,
hey,
I want to thank you so much for coming on the show.
You're the man, Vern.
We love talking to you. We love having you on. I need you
to be on the show.
I need you. I'm requiring you.
I need you too.
Okay, Vern, I'll be up there. Give me 3.5 hours.
All right.
Give me 3.5 hours. I'll be up there. I said you're a good looking fella, man.
I need you to, Rob, you're looking fella too. Hi there.
Rob's just jealous.
Yeah.
He can't have me, so he's jealous of you, Vern. It's okay.
Fair enough.
Vern, I need you to tell everybody where on the internet they can find you. Talk about both Cinema Recall and Tales from the Double R.
Yes, hi. So I'm Cinema Recall. I'm part of Cinema Recall with my good friend Ashley Yurok, and we're available on a whole bunch of places: YouTube, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts. Just type in Cinema Recall. We're there. Big thing to announce real quickly: we will be live at the Parkway Theater March 9th. And the 31st, because we're going to be introducing 2 great movies over there at the Parkway Theater. So big shout out to Parkway Theater. We'll be introducing Ghost in the Shell on March 9th. And then on March 31st, the movie Tombstone. So come out to the Parkway Theater and meet us there. Oh, yeah. And also, I'm one of the hosts along with Ryan Luis Rodriguez for Tales from the Double R. We just finished our first season. We have special guest Ashley playing the voice in those episodes. We finished our first season. There's going to be a episode coming to Patreon that will have all the audio drama segments into one episode. So that's going to be happening to the Patreon users. Give me about a week or so to edit that together. But we're getting prepped right now for our second season of Tales from the Double R, which is a Twin Peaks podcast. We go over every episode of the Twin Peaks, and me and Ryan play special secret agents that are trying to solve the case of who killed Laura Palmer, and yet we're trying to solve the case of who killed our waitress, Ashley, played by the lovely Ashley Rock.
All right.
I've never seen that show.
It's a good show.
It is definitely a cool show. And
it's a very mind trip show. You watch the show, you're thinking to yourself, wait, this was network TV? This got released on
Vern edits that show, but when he sends me the episode, I listen to it, and it's very you and Ryan have actually great chemistry together.
Thank you.
I appreciate listening to you guys talk back and forth about stuff. I very much appreciate Ryan's temper at you.
Yes. Yeah, thank you.
And let him know I said that.
Never say anything wrong about Audrey.
Audrey, yeah. Oh, he's all about Audrey.
Audrey on the show, and she's a
and
gorgeous
pie.
lady.
And pie. So, all right. Well, Vern, thank you so much again.
Thank you, guys. No, please, anytime. I love to be on the show. I do listen to every episode of whatever Jason Soto when it posts.
Thank you.
Usually on the Patreon or when it comes to live. That's like, 100%, yes.
I appreciate
and I love the other shows on the network too.
We are going to do a Patreon exclusive episode with Vern. To tease it, we're going to go to the Ask Reddit Not Safe for Work forum, and I'm going to pull a question from there, and we're going to give Vern's opinion on a question from there.
Yes.
So go to patreon.com/rabbitholepods.
Interesting.
With that said, let's wrap up the show. Whatever with Jason Soto is hosted by me, Jason Soto, and Rob Branch, and normally Lisa Sally Haynes, who is coked up out of her mind in Vegas. I can be found on Twitter at Famous Comedian, on Instagram at I'm_Famous Comedian, or you can email the show and or feed pics for Rob at whateverjasonsoto@gmail.com. You can go to our Facebook group, which does not allow feed pics, unfortunately. Facebook.com/groups/rabbitholepod. You can also send me feed pics on Twitter at Rabbit. Or you can go to rabbitholepodcast.com and you can check out every show that we have on there. We picked up a new show called the Cabot Cove Confab, hosted by Sean and Steve. They emailed me and said, hey, you guys are fucking cool. I want to be part of the network. And I said, fucking let's do this. And so now their show is now part of Rabbit Hole Podcast. So you can go to rabbitholepodcast.com. And if you're into Murder, She Wrote, they're covering every episode of Murder, She Wrote. So
nice.
Go check them out. Their show is really funny. They drink while talking about Murder, She Wrote, and that's the best combination. Two dudes,
yes,
booze, and Murder, She Wrote. Mwah, chef's kiss.
Nice.
But this podcast, Whatever J Soto, can be found on Spotify, Anchor, Apple, Google, or if you say, Alexa, play Whatever with Jason Soto podcast, you get to listen to the latest episode on Alexa. The mixtape intro song was made by our friend Lackey. Thank you so much, Lackey, for doing that. The beginning and ending song is Liam Lynch's United States of Whatever from the album Fake Songs. Speaking of Patreon, I want to thank our Patreon members.
Chris R.
Thank you, Vern. Thank you, Vern, for remembering
Thank you,
Chris
Vern.
R.
Yep.
Vern is also a Patreon member, so
Yep.
Vern, I appreciate you as always. Thank you so much.
Silent benefactor.
The globe-trotting benefactor known as Silent Partner. Which Rob's gonna talk shit about him because he's on the other side of the globe, so Rob's not scared of him.
Yeah, bring it.
But when he comes back, things are gonna change.
Hello, sir.
Nimrod Forrest, thank you so much, Nimrod Forrest.
Best name ever.
Richard Kirkham.
Richard Kirkham, thank you. Carl, thank you so much, Carl, for being a Patreon member. Our pal Bear, thank you so much, Bear, for being a Patreon member.
Thank you.
Sherry Coons, thank you so much to Sherry. And brand new Patreon alert. We got a brand new Patreon. Brenda, thank you so much, Brenda, for joining the Patreon squad. You are fucking awesome. Me and Brenda, we host a show called The FBI's Most Unwanted. We're covering the X-Files. Rabbit Hole seems to be focusing on podcasts that cover old TV shows now. That seems to be the in thing right now.
That's cool. Hey, I love it.
We got a Twin Peaks, we got a Buffy, we got a Murder, She Wrote, and now we got a X-Files. So there you go. If you're a fan of TV of the 90s, we got you.
Goddamn. Yeah, I love it.
But you can be super awesome and support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/rabbitholepods. $3 is all it takes to get in and check out all these exclusive Patreon videos that we do. You get to see me ask dirty questions to Vern in about 5 minutes that we're about to do here. And all kinds of other great stuff that we do as well on Patreon. Go check that out. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. That's going to do it. Wash your goddamn hands and keep your head in the clouds and your feet in the mud. Adios.
Sand or snow? Which one do you like?
What fuck does that mean?
It was a dirty question.
I don't even know what that means.
I prefer snow.
Copyright 2023 Rabbit Hole Podcasts, rabbitholepodcasts.com.